Yo, what's up, guys? Back again with another video here to review the very first episode of Winter Soldier. I've been putting this off just because I've been busy with taking care of other stuff, but I saw this episode earlier this morning, along with episode 2, which I will later review. And uh, let's this started off really great with a really awesome with a really awesome badass action scene. The flight scene was incredible to see. I prefer, honestly, these type of action scenes in the MCU rather than the CGI type of stuff. It's cool every now and then, but I prefer when it's like when it's actual choreography fighting, like in the Captain America movies and so on. But Sam is taking down these crew of criminals. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was previously in Winter Soldier, and he later comes back and Sam takes down him and his crew. And we pick up where he leaves off as he's retiring Cap's shield to this museum because he feels like he's not worthy of it, and they put it in the museum. And we see Bucky, he's still having nightmares about being the Winter Soldier, and he's sleeping on the floor in his apartment. And I believe there was a reference to this in Winter Soldier where Sam asks Cap what would he do or something. I can't remember what the question was, but Steve said he would sleep in his bed, and you could tell that Bucky is still not over his past because all of the trauma and the PTS that he has from being the Winter Soldier and the war stuff that still affects him to this day, so he can't sleep in a bed. So I like that little subtle reference. If you didn't get it, just go back and watch Winter Soldier. But I did like that. While Steve and Bucky are kind of suffering from the same thing. Steve can't move on from his past, and which is why he always kind of got himself into the whole why he can never settle down and just sit back and chill and relax, while Bucky is still haunted from his past and can't move on from it because of the trauma of being the Winter Soldier and Hydra and the PTSD and stuff, and it still affects him currently. And Sam, he befriends a guy named Joaquin Torres, who, if you didn't know, in the comics, he becomes the new Falcon. So maybe later on towards the season, he might, I'm not too sure where it's headed, but only time will tell. But he tells Sam about this group called the Flag Smashers, who think that the world is better with the blimp during the blip period, and he goes to investigate this, and he's taken down with ease. And it's like these guys have the super soldier serum. These guys are super tough, and within a couple of seconds he got his ass kicked. And Sam is also struggling with not only the upholding Cap's legacy, which he decides to turn down because he feels like he's not worthy of it, but he also has a hard time maintaining a regular life and trying to keep his family business open. And it really kind of irritated me how the white guy at the bank didn't realize who he was until Sam told him who he was. And of course, they didn't get the loan. They didn't get the loan, and this episode ends with Sam finding out that they're giving the shield to someone, and this just infuriates him, and that's the end of the episode. But for a debut episode, I really enjoyed this. This had a lot of action. My favorite part was definitely the opening action scene. That was really badass. I enjoyed that. I can't wait to see what happens later on throughout the series. I do think that there was a lot of humor in this episode. When it was humor, it was light, subtle. It didn't feel forced, which I enjoyed. And they are tackling more serious topics, which I will later talk about in episode 2, which a lot of fans have seemed to be bothered by it. But I'll talk about that in episode 2. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I liked it a lot. It was a great debut episode. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.